We are recording
We are
live,
back
and
at the Taurus review.
we are back at the Taurus review. Um, Today we're kind of doing a lot of things. We're talking about an album, and then we're going to talk about some deadbeat daddies.
Real, okay. Unpacking the Jeezy album
Are we still
just for
doing
a
that?
little bit. No. Which album are we talking about?
Yeah, the Jeezy album. I thought it
Okay.
was.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't put too much thought behind it, you
Me,
know. That's so
me neither, because I feel like my biggest thing was like I read some of his abuse allegations.
and we gonna get into that.
Yeah, and I was
We
just like,
gonna
well, I can't put too much energy into talking about this album. I'm gonna just give like general thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's real. I'm
But we're
curious to know. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
We should talk about why we're talking about it.
Yes, you're
hmm
absolutely correct.
hmm
So, piggybacking off of last week's topic,
Which was the Grammys.
which was the Grammy Whammies,
It was like 2 weeks ago,
um,
I think.
yeah, whenever that was.
Hell yeah.
And we came across we landed on the topic of some deadbeat fathers in this industry.
hmm
Um, and with that being said, Jeezy,
Was he a
you
deadbeat
know,
dad?
yeah, that's the thing. I don't necessarily think he's a deadbeat, but
hmm
I think there are some issues going on with him and his children,
Oh.
especially when one of the three, he has three children,
Oh.
especially yeah, with one of the three being a toddler at this age.
Mm. The
I think she
Blasian.
yeah, she's like 4 right now
hmm
or turning 5 or something like
hmm
that. And yeah, I'm not too sure if he's a deadbeat per se, but he got some allegations and whatnot under his belt that
Yeah. I feel like
you can't overlook.
the deadbeat allegations I saw were like from like 10 years ago. So,
Really,
yeah, it was
and
a while
you
ago. And like the most
yeah,
recent like stuff I saw about his current or his like youngest child, not current child, is like he was trying to sue for full custody because he said
yeah,
that like Jeannie Mai, who was his ex-wife, couldn't provide like a stable life. But I think since then he's like taken that back and has suggested that they have like equal, parent
custody.
guardianship over their
Yeah,
child. But I was reading about like his abuse allegations, like Jeannie Mai, it I think it was in like when she was filing for divorce because initially they filed for divorce in like 2023,
yeah,
and they officially got divorced last year. Um, and in it, she basically said that, or claimed, or alleged, whatever, that he like choked her, like right after she had, very soon after she had, their baby, and then he also
hmm
like punched her in the face. And I was like, I think I listened or we were gonna review the album like before I read about that, and then afterwards I was like, damn, I don't even know if I really want to review this album anymore because
yeah. No, that's
um
fair.
that nigga, I mean,
Something wrong with
they
these
was
niggas.
boxing, like they was boxing. Like I was reading about it, and then it was like he then countered and said it wasn't true, and that he showed like his like scars or whatever from there, and I'm just like, I don't like,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
there's obviously abuse present in the relationship,
Yeah.
regardless.
hmm
But yeah, like the what you were that situation you were talking about, I also read something where it had to be around the time where either uh is it Jeannie? Is that how her name is
Jeannie
pronounced?
Mai, yeah.
Jeannie Mai. Or either around the time like while she was pregnant or right after she gave birth, they were in a car and he fucking punched her in the face.
Yeah.
Trigger warning. Sorry.
Yes. It'll be a
Let's
warning in the
trigger
description.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah, and then he wanted to go to a pastor and a therapist afterwards, like for couple therapy, and then ended up throwing her down the stairs after.
Oh my God.
This is not
See, I
funny,
didn't know all
but it's
this.
no, yeah, like it's he it sounds like he's fighting demons or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what is going on. And then, he was trying to accuse her of verbal abuse. Um,
Oh, they had a lot going on.
a lot going on. And then on top of
Hmm.
that, she's also accusing him of verbal abuse on top of, the way he also speaks to his oldest son,
Mm.
from
Ugh,
yeah, his previous relationship.
that is
Um,
very unfortunate.
and then another reason why
Blazer loses a
Jeannie,
few points.
oh God, another reason why Jeannie, wanted like solo custody was because she didn't feel like he was fit to be a father because she recalls several moments where he would be leaving like guns in his
I saw that.
bags
Hmm.
on like in a dining room table,
That's crazy. That's wild as
and
fuck.
it wild as fuck. And like she wanted him to basically, in order to get dual custody, she wanted him to like report an inventory list of like all the firearms that he has in his house. But he
I'm
didn't want to
just
do that. And then, because he didn't want to do that, I think he then started pushing the narrative like, oh, she doesn't want me to see my child. She's gatekeeping my child. It's not looking good. Not looking good.
it's like settled down recently, hasn't it?
It
Allegedly, from
has.
the public's perspective.
It has, but I even watched the interview with Nia Long. I'm just gonna be honest, I
Nia
did not
Long,
get. Yes.
who
Oh God. And the amount of people in the comments are like, Nia Long needs her own show. She
she's
needs to
interviewing
be
people.
AIDS.
I feel
I
like you
don't
told me
know.
this recently.
Yeah, it's in the last episode.
That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Because I was like, I feel like I recently had the same reaction to the fact that Nia Long is interviewing
And you,
people.
and the interview was on his YouTube channel. Like it felt like he was like putting out a series or something, but not really.
About
But
what?
he's not really putting out a series, but it gave like very professional, like I'm gonna have Near Long sit down and interview me about like it gave like what I've been through in my life and how I've grown as a man and how I'm
Oh,
like taking
brother.
care of myself now. Like,
Is she
yeah, that kind of
Iyanla now?
um I can't fully answer that because I didn't watch the full interview, but from the
Hmm.
parts that I did see, it was like we were learning a little bit about her too. Um and what she came up around and what she used to, but she's learned how to love and how to like realize how these things in her environments affect the way she is, and then how she like, yeah, it just,
Period, I suppose.
yeah, like it felt like more like a friend giving words of encouragement
Hmm.
between the two,
Do
good
you feel like he's trying
conversations.
to? Do you feel like he's trying to clean up his image
Um,
after these abuse allegations?
that's a good question. I almost want to say, let me see when this came out. Maybe this came out 2 years ago in 2023. So I want
Oh,
to
okay. This
say,
was before the allegations came out.
yeah, like
Got
either
you.
before or right around. So I don't think so. I think he genuinely kind of just wants to show like how he's growing as a person, has grown as a person, is trying to grow as a person, and how
Hmm.
like young black men need to like take these steps to not do what he did.
Hmm.
It's like I see where he's coming from, but it's like with all these allegations with your former wife,
Yeah,
ex-wife,
and then
like
that came
it
out
just,
after.
yeah, it came out in 2023 in November.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Very odd, but he went through a lot. I will say that he
Hmm.
went through a lot. He's seen some very triggering stuff at a very young age. I believe it was like watching somebody get shot in front of him or hearing somebody get shot in front of him and then having
Hmm.
to hide. Like he was like 6 or 7 when this happened or something like that.
Hmm.
And then he just talks about how that moment just like traumatized him, but like desensitized him in a way of realizing like this is just his environment. And so he never really saw the dynamic of what it is to like have two parents genuinely like love each other and all that stuff. So, but then
Oh,
but then he said, I always envisioned the life of like being a noble man, a solid man, and having a
well,
wife
I
and
don't
being
think
a husband with a child. And
punching your wife is how you be a noble man. Newsflash, Jeezy.
And that's that on G, because like
Mm-mm.
I no, so I completely understand why after hearing all of this, it's kind of like I don't really think much needs to be said about the album.
Yeah, I mean the most I could say is that it's definitely giving old head. Um,
Oh, head down.
but also
Hmm.
like let's talk about DJ Drama.
Ugh.
He's
Is
always
that man white?
screaming. He
I'm
Puerto
sorry.
Rican. No. He's
Oh,
like DJ what do you call that man?
DJ Khaled?
Not DJ Khaled, French Montana. They
Oh,
have
well,
like the
DJ
same
Khaled's like French Montana.
DJ Drama is a white man. His name is Tyree. He's
What?
he's from Philly. Oh my god.
I fear that makes
Please.
sense.
Now I have to. I'm so curious. He went to Clark Atlanta University.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. He looks white. Like he looks like Sean Paul to me.
That is, yeah. Oh God.
Oh, his
So
father is black and he's biracial.
he's giving logic.
Oh, wow.
So,
But he
so
always
DJ
screaming
Drama, yeah. I
on
mean, that's his
somebody's song,
thing.
just yelling. He
That's what they
won't.
go for to him for.
I feel like when I listened to it, prior to reading about these allegations, um,
Mm.
I was just like, okay, beats, but not really. It just felt like he
Mm.
was rapping on instrumentals.
Yeah.
Was that the goal?
I feel like I saw the vision. You know, honestly, before coming into the album, I think me just because I like this era of Jeezy, like during
Mm-hmm.
his Recession album,
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were gonna because especially with now with the like the climate of hip hop and like what we're hearing more instrumentally with like Cardi B and JT and kind of like these '08 2010s like trap beats like
Mm-hmm.
um, so I thought what I thought coming into this album, I thought he was gonna be like, oh, like this prime is happening again. Like I'm about to tap back into like an era that I know I can succeed in. So I thought that that's what we were gonna get. But I will say I was pleasantly surprised when we didn't get that, and instead it felt like we got like a view into kind of like what he listened to coming up and then
Mm-hmm.
being able to flip that and then rap over that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, oh, I enjoyed these samples a lot. Old head down, like
Mm-hmm.
80s drug dealing, like I got that vibe. I saw the vision. Um, and the songs flow smoothly into one another. Like the
Mm-hmm.
energy is good throughout the entire project. So I was surprised. I see why people said it was a good album. Like that was something that I didn't I'm not saying I didn't think he could do, but like
Mm-hmm.
it was a nice change of pace of
Yeah, it sounds very different from what he
what I
normally
was
does.
expecting. Yeah, exactly. So I was with it though.
Well, moving
Well,
right along.
who's first on our list? I don't even know
Oh,
who we should start with.
oh yeah. So basically, we were just talking, and we were just like, "Damn, what if we just talked about name all the fucking deadbeat daddies in the industry? Not all of them, but like
Not yeah.
it's literally just a list." And I we there. Okay, let's start off with some light ones.
Okay, we're
Um,
going light to heavy. I can do that.
um, the first one. I mean, I didn't. Okay, do you know anything about Playboy Cardi? Because you were the one who like brought.
You know, I
Does this have
did.
to do with Iggy Azalea? Because they have. I forgot they had a kid together.
Yes, and I will say that I was too busy in research on the others. I did not pay no, I didn't do any
Wow,
real digging
same.
on him. This is all based off of our last episode. I will regurgitate it again. I'll even do a little fact checking right now because I don't really
Look, I just found
remember.
an article just now.
Period. Let's go for it.
Basically, it says that Iggy Azalea said that like this was from January of this year. Iggy Azalea
Mm,
called out Playboy Cardi, saying that he hadn't spoke to his son in like 10 months. In months.
mm.
Um, I completely forgot he had a. I forgot they were together. Like I forgot this was a thing. She doesn't talk to him. Okay. I forgot about Iggy Azalea. Not gonna lie. She is this.
I
Oh, she's a single mother. She deemed herself a single mother in a 2023 interview. That's tea. Damn, he just not in his kid life. That's kind of ass. And he's also an abuser. Boo. We're gonna boo
hmm
after each one of these people that we're about to talk about.
big thumbs
Boo,
down.
thumbs down. Fuck that nigga.
Oh,
He's procreating these children, or I guess one
that
child,
is
and he's just not in his kid's life. That sucks.
they were saying that him and Uzi just been playing games instead of him taking care of his child.
Really, like
That
playing
was like
games.
a like playing like video games, like
I
literally like
believe
playing a
it.
PS5.
I feel like they have this energy to them. It's like that they're above accountability. Um, but I guess that's also celebrity.
Yeah,
Somebody else that I deep dived into was Lucky Day because I was very
yes.
curious. I had briefly, I remember a few years ago this coming out, like what 2019-ish, maybe even earlier. And it was just like all of a sudden I'm just scrolling on Twitter and all of a sudden niggas talking about Lucky Day is a deadbeat. And I'm just like, where do we get
Yes.
this information? Where do we get this information? Are we just,
Yes.
And it came out I think right after he like won a Grammy, like his first Grammy.
hmm
And so I did a quick to refresh my memory, and apparently his the mother of his child, who was actually on like season 5 or something of like
Of
College
College
Hill,
Hill. Yeah.
which is so
Ashley
random.
L.
Yeah, so random. I guess maybe that's how they met because he was also I know he was on American Idol, but I don't know. I don't know. That's
Oh, I forgot he was on American Idol with his
yeah,
locks, right?
yeah. But basically, she was just saying that like her child's mental health was suffering because he wasn't like he's not consistently in her life, and he just makes a lot of promises. He's basically like a textbook deadbeat, like just ain't shit
Damn.
dad, just like making a lot of promises, skipping out on important, events and stuff like that,
hmm
texting his
hmm
daughter, making plans and promises, and like failing to just like, and mind you, he's winning a Grammy. So from the perspective of like his family and his child, it looks like he is, he has the means to like be there, and he's succeeding in along this process. Like you're not bringing your child along with you. I just can't
hmm
imagine what type of like emotional or mental, damage that can cause on a child. But that's what she was calling him out for. And I,
Yeah.
and niggas just was like, fuck Lucky Day. We can't listen to him anymore. And so I feel like till this day, I don't think I listen to him nearly as much as, I don't even think I listen to him because I feel like I cannot listen to him without thinking about that. And now it's just like,
Yeah.
damn, his music don't hit the same as it did when
Um,
I was in college.
yeah, so Ashley L um also talked about how he didn't want to he felt like he didn't have to pay child support. And she gave an example of like how he would spend basically $300,000 in a matter of months on whatever he's doing music related.
Hmm.
Um, but didn't feel like he had to pay anything in child support. And this was also through the pandemic as well, so like people weren't working as much on top of that. And yeah, it was just surprising to me like how old his child was. Like at this time, his child was 14. Right now, she's like 16, 17. Um, so textbook definition of a deadbeat, you got that right. I also remember or like
You said
Ashley was
she's
talking
16,
about
17 now, or then?
now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like this is not like a oh I have a 10-year-old or right. I mean not like
No.
it matters, but it's just like damn, you've been a deadbeat for a very long time. Um and she was also talking about how like his condo that he lives in is he pays more for that monthly than what Ashley L pays for in terms of like just trying to have a house for her and her daughter. And he still just doesn't want to, he just still feels like he shouldn't have to pay child support. And he there has been a couple times he picked her up to like hang out or like spend time with her, but then dropped her off at his sister's house. And so he only saw her for like I think 4 days. Um,
Absolutely sick.
like yeah, it's just boo to all the deadbeats. I just
Boo.
like
Boo Future. I mean, sorry.
no,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
they
jumping
all the
ahead.
same.
Boo Lucky Day.
Boo, Lucky Day. Yeah, I haven't
Boo.
listened to his like I haven't
You
actively
get
sought out his music
10 thumbs
anyways.
downs.
Like, did he put out anything recently anyways? Like I
Honestly, I
don't.
don't know. I don't follow his career anymore. I used to listen to him when I was like in college. Um like around the time I think he won his first Grammy, but like maybe even before
Mhm.
then, honestly. Um but yeah.
He just looked like a pretty stud to me.
Who's this? Lucky Day?
Yeah.
He looks like this person I went to school with. I went to elementary
Mm.
school with him and then I went to um high school with him.
Mm.
And they're both from New Orleans. Which I found interesting.
Lucky Days from New Orleans.
Yeah, Lucky Day's from New Orleans.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he has an accent. His accent is very like it's subdued, but like I can hear it.
I don't think I've ever really heard him speak outside of music.
You can kind of hear it in his music too, a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now the next deadbeat we're bringing up to throw tomatoes at is Kevin McCall. You brought him up the last
Yeah, so
time.
it's like this Kevin McCall is more along the lines of Jeezy. Like
Mm,
Deadbeat, yes, to a degree. But more so abuser.
ugh,
Oh, oh, oh. I was telling you in the last episode that he was in fact on Save My Life, Ayanla.
he was.
Talking about how his mother, the trauma he experienced from his mother and what he saw his mother and his dad go through and how his mother was throwing knives at his father, like stuff like that. And so yeah, I watched that interview with Eva Marcel,
Mm.
basically just talking about like how he was heavily abusive, not only towards her, but towards his past relationships as well.
Oh my God.
He supposedly, trigger warning, punched a girl in her mouth and knocked out her like front teeth.
Oh.
Um, yeah, and there was a situation between him and Eva Marcel. I'm not gonna misspeak, because I can't quite remember at this moment, but that is Eva said that was a turning point where she was like, she is
Yo, so many of these people are
done.
abusive. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's actually scary. And so, on with that being said, he also he went on this little, I don't know what it was. First of all, he has an obsession with Eva Marcel. I forgot to
Mm.
mention that.
Yeah,
Um,
wasn't he in headlines talking about he had an EBT card?
yes. Um, but in terms of Eva
Oh.
Marcel,
Real.
um, apparently Eva Marcel, I think she got remarried and had a daughter.
Hmm.
Um, and Kevin McCall came out on like Instagram stories or wherever and made a video. It was like, congratulations to me and we just had a baby, and just basically kind of like acting like the child was his.
Uh.
Very weird, strange, like single man behavior.
Hmm.
So yeah, he kept making videos like acting like the baby was his, and then he put out not a statement, but he put out something. I don't know if it was before or after Eva Marcel had this baby. Um, but was like, Eva blocked me on everything or something like that. And so because of that, I'm just not gonna pay no child support. Or I'm just not gonna give no money to our daughter anymore.
What the
My
hell?
other child is now gonna get all of it. Like, I don't care. Da, 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 da. But apparently he retracted that statement. I don't know.
I'm crying.
I
You know, I'm gonna give him 100 thumbs downs and
mm,
an axe because he needs to be axed.
I think so too.
That's all I'm
Help.
gonna say.
heavy help is what's needed.
That's wild though. But I'd only heard of him like from the Chris Brown situation,
Situation.
but I
Yeah.
honestly don't even know about that. And I'm not finna get into Chris Brown.
Yeah. Oh no. You know what? Chris Brown is a heavy abuser. That is something we do know for a fact. He has multiple allegations of not only abusing but stalking as well, harassment with Carucci. Hope Carucci's doing well. I think Carucci's with Deion Sanders, his old
What?
ass. Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now I gotta
Um
look it up.
yeah, but I don't know how Chris is in terms of being a father. From what I have seen, it seems like he is active in his children's life. I
I don't
don't know
even know
how
he had
active.
kids.
So yeah. But Kevin McCall going through a
Karuchi.
lot. Carucci.
Okay, well, he gets a hella thumbs down. Fuck
Well,
him.
duh. Well, yeah, that's
Um,
like an infinite.
yeah. The next one that we have on the list though is kind of, he was outed non-consensually for being a deadbeat, like most people, but he's one of the biggest artists in the world, unfortunately. And so whenever it was outed that he had a child he wasn't taking care of, everybody was his fan. I don't know if his fans actually gave a fuck, but niggas were crashing
Right.
out. So I mean,
You know,
Drake,
for
yeah.
yeah, for a second I was like, "Oh my God, who are you talking about?"
No, for right. Like that's how I pulled you in. You know what I'm saying? Drake. It was Drake. Fuck Drake. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, fuck Drake. But
Yes, fuck Drake.
yeah,
Mm.
and now he's trying to be it. Like he was bullied essentially. So I mean, if you don't know the background, basically he got into a beef with Pusha T, and then he
Mm.
pushed Pusha T
Pusha
to the
T.
edge.
Pushing T.
He pushed him
Mm.
to the edge, and basically Pusha T was like, "Okay, you're taking it this far. You're gonna talk about my wife. I'm gonna talk about how you have a child that you're not even claiming, that you don't even spend time with. You're repeating generational cycles." Like he went psychological on him.
Big.
He's like, "You're repeating generational trauma, and you're raising another black. I don't know if he said black, but you're raising another child without a parent."
Yeah.
And it pushed him to, I guess, become a more active parent, at least in the public eye. And
Mm.
he's been giving his child traction alopecia ever since with these braids.
Mm.
And, putting him on his social media and stuff like that. I don't check in with Drake. I'm not a
I
really,
know nothing about that man.
I haven't listened to any of his new music lately, even though I feel like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
You
People
heard
are
of
obsessed with
Nokia?
that man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard it in passing,
It's how I
like
feel
on
about like
TikTok.
that new Justin Bieber album. Like I feel like it's everywhere
Oh,
and it's nominated for hella Grammys, but I'm just like I have not listened to that album. And why is it called Swag?
that man got a something something a little off with him.
Oh,
Not crisis, but something about Justin. Like he gives me that white boy that grew up around black friends and feels like he should be able to say nigga. That's
yes. Yeah.
um
I mean, I also feel like in again, I don't know much about him. I have not done any research. This is just my thoughts. I feel like he was in the industry at a very young age. And we all know that
yeah.
like child entertainers go through they just have a difficult time trying to understand who they are because a lot of who they are is based on the public's perception. And I feel like as a
Hmm.
child, that's like it's children are already like struggling you already struggle to like understand yourself. I mean, you don't understand yourself, you're a child, but I feel like
Hmm.
once you get to a certain age, especially as an adolescent, now you're starting to come into yourself and try to figure out who you are. And I feel like kids at that age are very like they're sponges. They kind of absorb everything around them. So I feel like if who you are for so long, like for such a big part of your life is based upon a public perception, a very public perception. He's a white boy, so it's like he got real famous. Not to say like black people don't get famous, but I'm just saying like he was, the
Ain't
every teenage white girl's like dream. I mean, boyfriend for 13-year-old preteen. Not even just white girls, everybody. And then he
and you
had his
know,
like nigger beaver,
oh
his nigger
Lord,
beaver era with what is it, journals?
journals. Okay, okay?
He had his little era. Like he's been everywhere, and then especially because he was like rolling with Usher, I feel like
And Diddy.
I didn't know that.
We gonna get into
Are we?
are we?
Hmm.
Mm, that's a lot to get into.
It is, and I feel like I don't care enough. Not I don't. Yeah, I don't care enough about Diddy to like dive into him like that.
That's fair.
Hmm.
That's fair.
It's like
Um,
it's like him and R. Kelly. They're on the same level to me.
well, yes. Yes.
They who shall not be
Um,
named.
they who shall not be named. Um, I will say though, I will be watching the documentary to see what that's about.
Yes, let me know. Everybody's talking about it. Documentary that was it 50%, 50%.
Yes,
50 Cent
50%.
50 Cent produced.
Yes.
And people are just like, "Oh, he like hates him so much. He made a documentary about him." Um,
Whatever.
right.
Sure. Um, but I'm more interested because I heard it's supposed to like finally like give light to the victims of like
Mm,
giving them a space to talk about this, a platform to talk about this. And
mm,
I hope that's true. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are have said it's good,
mm,
whatever that means.
mm,
Um, I guess well executed.
mm.
So I'm curious to see what that's about.
I'm crying.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
we have another diabolical. Well, first of all, how many thumbs downs are we giving Drake?
He just gets infinite for me. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
because he's
I don't
Drake.
really, yeah, I don't really care for Drake.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
The next person we have, his child recently dropped a diss track against him, and it went viral on social media
Sure
for
did.
being a deadbeat. We have Ghostface Killer.
You know, a New York nigga that came up
Mm,
in the 70s,
mm,
80s,
crack era.
prime time was 90s,
Mm,
hardcore.
mm, mm.
Like, I almost want to say this doesn't surprise me,
Wow.
but it does make me sad for Infinite because
Mm,
I think Infinite, from what I've seen and read and witnessed,
mm,
beautiful human.
mm,
And their pronouns are he, him so
mm,
far. Um, I would like that to be fact checked though, but based off of interviews that, he did and like
mm,
articles, they do address him as such.
mm,
Um, but you know, from hearing what he was talking about, like, and reading an old Instagram post, like, he didn't really want to bring this to the public eye, but
mm,
he felt like he had no choice because he hasn't heard from his father in 14 plus years. And
mm,
apparently RZA was the one that's like take care of him and raise
mm.
him and like be that father figure. I think that's just I think that's just weird. I think
Yeah.
that's just odd. And like in his music, like I feel like especially from his recent song Dad and I, um Good video.
Mm-hmm.
Nice art, very like visually there's an eye there. Like there's something there for real. But
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there's almost like a cry out to like and I for some reason I feel like I resonated with it.
Mm-hmm.
To just kind of like have a parent that you know you care about and you know you love, but just like won't accept this part of you
Mm,
and just like being faced with the fact of like that's his reality. And he also was talking about like there's been moments he grew up in the shelter and how
mm-hmm.
it was weird that his father, who's this like widely known, like respected hip hop legend, driving who knows what, has this amount of money, all these modes, like all these resources, but like can't check in with your son. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's weird. It's like even before I believe probably like he came out as queer, it's just like you still didn't really put in the effort to like see your son and be around your son and like try to grow up with him.
Yeah.
So I think like him then coming out as queer just is like probably another reason why he unfortunately didn't want to associate with his son or whatever. I just think it's sad. Like I just don't think
Yeah.
like he deserves this. Like
Yeah.
he seems like such a kind person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was reading about it, and apparently he like Ghostface Killer, it wasn't in all of his kids' lives. So he has like
Mm,
four. Let me fact check. He has like a few kids.
mhm,
three or four kids.
mhm,
And basically Infinite called him out for not being in any of their lives. And
mhm.
things happening within their family, like I think his sister has like was diagnosed with like schizophrenia or something, and like there's a lot happening in terms of, her mental health diagnosis. And like Ghostface Killer, he's not in his children's lives at all. And
Right.
so, of course, like you said, the layer of his son being queer, it does seem like that is another layer to it. And actually, Infinite had posted, like, this was like a few years ago or so, like screenshots of him like trying to contact his dad for like over a year, like sending
Yeah.
text messages. And then Ghostface, his dad responded like a year later saying like I think Infinite has said, "Hey Dad, like Happy Father's Day. I wish we had a better relationship," or something like that. And then Ghostface responded, "Hey, thank you," or whatever. Like I forgot. It was
Mm.
like, "Thank you. I wish we did too. I hope you're all right wherever you are."
Oh Lord.
I would crash the fuck out
I hope
because
you're
I'm
all
just
right wherever you are.
that's just like so
I
diabolical.
wish we did too. Nigga, you could have
You like what? That's just yeah. And he's a Taurus.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't tell me that.
yeah. I like we're on the Taurus review. I fear I have to
Oh
mention that
Lord.
he is, in fact, he's a May 9th
I'm
Taurus.
sorry. That's a lot of thumbs down. That's like
A
probably
lot of thumbs down.
500
Because I'm like, how you a
plus.
Taurus and you a deadbeat? I'm sorry.
Not a
Stevie
good
Wonder
look,
got hella kids and he in all they life. He in all their lives.
as he fucking
Still.
should be. Stevie Wonder big Stevie Wonder be getting busy.
Oh yeah. That he was.
He be getting busy for real.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Um but I mean, it does seem as though Infinite, I remember first hearing about Infinite, I feel like in the Wu-Tang
Documentary? The
docu-series.
series?
Or not docu-series, what is it called? A
Yeah.
bio series, biopic or
Yeah.
whatever. I think because I could be wrong, but I feel like Infinite is the oldest. Um, and I think I
Mm.
saw a like an interview a while back of Ghostface, somebody like bringing up like, oh, you have a child in the music industry, like, da da da. And he was just kind of like, he was like, oh yeah, like I feel like I think they said he was a rapper, and they was like, oh, not really a rapper, but like he was kind of like not really. it was just kind of given like, oh, you don't actually know, like you don't actually keep up with your children, and like people bringing up your children, you're just kind of like, like I don't know. Personally, I'm just like, how do you live with yourself? Like, how do you
Literally.
like, and also like to go to like on an interview and somebody like ask you about your kids, and you're just kind of like talking around the question because you actually just don't know anything about what's going on with your children. Like,
Right.
that's actually quite embarrassing.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
A lot
but
of thumbs down.
I was gonna say that, unfortunately, even though Infinite had to like out the his father, through all of this, it did really launch, I feel like, his music and his creativity to the world, and people are like able to,
Genuinely.
yeah, they see like
Yeah,
he's talented, he can sing, he can rap, like, and like you said, the visuals are visualing, they're eating.
they are.
So I hope, he gets his flowers and is able to like create an individual lane for himself outside of, Sweet Face Killer.
I hope so too. I think he actually just dropped a song like 2 days
I think
ago.
he's about to drop an album. I could be wrong.
Okay, period. Yeah, the song is called Thankful. Um, yeah.
And he looks just like that man.
It's like, bro, how do you live? Like you said, how you live with yourself?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah. Yeah.
So, thumbs down. Boo. He
Boo.
gets, yeah, I would say infinite thumbs downs from
Infinite
me.
thumbs down.
So the most diabolical individual. I mean, they're all diabolical. Don't get me wrong. We're not at all rating them. Let's keep that clear.
We
We
are
think
not.
all of these people are trash, and they deserve whatever they have coming to them.
Yes.
Um, However, this individual right here
Oh,
is on a different level of diabolical, in terms of being a deadbeat. Um, Brian McKnight.
something vicious. Jail.
When I tell you I went on a deep
Guillotine.
dive, I fell into like a rabbit hole of researching Brian McKnight and his children. Apparently, it's been something that's been happening like in the public for years. Like at first, I think his oldest son first called him out in like 2019, basically saying that like he hasn't really been a father to them and like in their lives. And then he came back and he shot back and was just
This
like,
nigga got some
I think
nerve.
that's the worst part of it is like he's going back and forth with niggas and he's like
Right.
standing 10 toes down. He's
Right.
standing 10 toes down and being a deadbeat and like a trash person. Um, yeah, like I,
Mm. You
yeah,
know, it started with his oldest son
calling
and
him out.
then his oldest daughter,
Yeah, his
her
daughter.
second child,
Hmm.
also calling him out.
Yeah,
Um, oh wait, is his daughter his second child or third child?
I think she might be his third. I think he might have
Yeah.
had her
After
during
um
his marriage, but with someone else.
yes, that's exactly
Yeah, he has
that's
a lot
exactly
of
what she
kids by
said.
different women. He has like 5 kids with 4 baby moms, like five or six
Freak.
kids. Yeah. But basically,
Um,
his oldest son called him out and was just like, he completely went no contact with them, disowned them, and then he came out and was just like basically saying that he felt like his 2 sons were just entitled and they didn't
mm-hmm.
appreciate the things that he gave them. And in one of his videos, he was just like, "Well, I tried to give my kids all the things that I didn't have growing up, but they were ungrateful." And I'm just like, how are you expecting people to be grateful for something they've never not gone without? Like, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, not to say that, like, yes, I can understand being grateful in terms of like the things that you have, but I'm like, you're saying this from a perspective of somebody who grew up without and who didn't have those things. And so yes, of course, your perspective of like what it means to be grateful is going to be different than your children who grew up in the midst of your success. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And so he's just a diabolical person. Like, I feel like the worst thing about this is he had his kids, right? He cheated, he was cheating, a serial cheater. Eventually, I think him and his wife were together for like 13 years. They got a divorce eventually.
Yep.
He's with other people, whatever. And then eventually he marries his current wife. I think her name's like Leilani or some shit.
Um,
And he
yes. I was
and
gonna say they made a Blasian baby, right?
yeah, they have one kid now.
Yeah.
But she had two kids from a previous relationship, and he basically like took them on as his own while he's not talking to his older kids. And so and at the time he's like, oh, like he was like, my son is like 30 and my other son is 27, like they're adults, da da da. And I'm just like, just because a person is an adult doesn't mean they don't need a parent. Like that's just not how it
That's not how life
happens.
works.
That's not how life works. Like you don't just get to fuck over your kids and then try to like start over fresh with somebody else's kids. That's very strange. And then I feel like what's really diabolical is he ended up having another child with his now wife, and he names that child Brian McKnight Jr. Mind you, that is the name of his first son. He
What
took
a
the name.
nasty fuck.
Yes, he took the name and then proceeded to make an Instagram account named The Real Brian McKnight Jr. for his baby.
You know what's
It
even
don't even
more
stop there, twin.
diabolical?
It don't even
The
stop
fact
there.
that he changed his government name to match
Changes.
his now baby's name.
Yeah, that's some sick shit. That is some sick and twisted and evil shit. I was watching a few videos and people were talking about how it's like he's shown like I mean he's kind of narcissistic like in the ways that he
Oh well, yes.
yeah like even his son in an interview was talking about how um like I forget what it was specifically but like his dad was like basically what did he say? He basically said that he would do something or he would do something if his son agreed to like take back the things that he said about him on social media.
Online.
Yeah, which is like I'm
So he
not an
cares about how he's perceived,
yeah, his public
obviously.
image is more important than actually being a good father or like
Yeah.
a present father.
Yeah.
And then even his son in an interview with his son recently did an interview with Lamont Hill, and it was him and his mom, and
I
they were
saw
just kind
that.
of talking about like the most interactions they had with their dad was like when they went on tour with him for about 9 years, and during that
Mm.
time they were working, him and his brother,
Mm.
and they were working, but his dad claimed that like they were just partying, they weren't taking it seriously, and they were like using drugs and blah blah
Mm.
blah, basically just saying that they weren't actually working. And his son was just like, "That's not true. We worked our asses off."
For
We
9 years?
yeah, and it seemed like from what
Wow.
his son was saying, it seems like they only did that just to be closer to their dad because it seemed like the only way
Yeah,
to actually like form a relationship with him was to work with him.
I don't like this.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, his brother, Brian McKnight's brother, actually came out. So earlier in
Yeah.
2025, earlier this year, his second oldest son, passed away from stage 4, I want to say colon cancer. Um,
Rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace to his son.
He was like
And
32, right?
yeah, he was very young.
He was young, yeah.
And that kind of reignited the whole like back and forth. And Brian McKnight basically went on interviews and like posted videos saying that like his son's death was like preventable, and that basically because his family was negligent with their health care and health insurance, and they turned down every opportunity that Brian and his wife extended to help them. And it was just weird. It was like he turned his son's death, he made it about him,
Yes.
essentially. Like, instead of grieving and like maybe even reflecting on what type of person his son was, he's going on these interviews and on social media to like talk about how to basically protect his image and talk about how he offered help and offered support, but they just turned it down. And it's
Yeah.
just like there has to be a reason.
Yeah,
There has to be a
exactly.
reason because they understand
Nobody would
your
just turn down like
genuine help.
resources like yeah, exactly, like resources
Exactly.
like that and the connections you're saying you have talking about like we
Because they
have the
know it's
number one
conditional.
oncologist. Yes, exactly. Because that's
Yeah.
all it's ever been and that's all they've ever known from him. And you know what was also telling the fact that like when his brother came out and I felt like I learned more about the personality of his son
Mm-hmm.
than what Brian was ever able to tell or display with all his
Mm-hmm.
back and forth on the internet. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
just sad. I think he's just
Yeah.
a nasty, wicked individual.
Yeah.
Um,
I t
narcissist is I think is an understatement.
yeah. I told my mom about this last night and she didn't know because my mom's not on
What?
social media. I mean, my mom's not on social
Well,
media like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Besides being on Facebook and looking at them AI videos.
Oh Lord,
Um,
help us all. Help us
but
all.
she was just like, "What?" I was like explaining it all to her, and she was like, "Oh, I can't ever listen to Brian McKnight the same. Like, I'm never gonna look at him the same." And I'm like, "As you
A lot of
shouldn't."
people were surprised. A lot of people were surprised that all of this was coming out about him.
Yeah,
Because it's just like I guess I wouldn't expect that from this dude, I
random.
guess.
But it's
Like talking
like,
about how much he's in love.
and that's another thing. He apparently came out and said he never felt love
That's what
until he
I'm
got with his current.
saying.
Mind you, his wife is non-black. That
I'm
is
like,
not a
you're
black.
telling me all your 42 years of living or whatever the case is, you
He's like
don't
in
know
his
what love is
50s.
until now? Like you're
Yeah,
saying
he
like
was like
42
46 when he said that. Yeah.
like what the fuck are we talking about here? What are we
Imagine
talking
being his wife of 13 years and hearing that.
I
Like,
think I
or his
would
ex-wife.
actually
But I'm like, also his actions, low key, like he's cheating, serial cheating, and having other
serial
babies
cheating,
while
yeah.
y'all are together. Well, she said that some of the cheating accusations weren't while they were together. But I'm like, he still cheated. Like he
Still,
still was cheating. You know what
that
I mean?
doesn't. You know
Um,
what? Also, I don't like the fact. Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Fuck. Keep going.
yeah. I mean, yeah. He's just a diabolical. Like I feel like what makes it more diabolical is that it's the psychology of it all. It's a very
Yeah,
psychological. Like he, it's not like he's ignoring it like Ghostface Killer or claiming his children all of a sudden like Drake. No, he's standing 10 toes down and being I mean, similar to Lucky Day in a sense, like just standing 10 toes down and being an ain't shit father, and then he's trying to reinvent parenthood. He's trying to
yeah.
reinvent himself as a father with somebody else's children, and by having another child.
You know, him saying that his first marriage was a mistake already.
Oh yeah, he did say that. He
What
also
the
said
fuck?
his kids were conceived out of like not out of love.
Out of oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Oh my God. I also just we said it, but like I just want to go back over it again. I
Hmm.
just think this is just nasty. When he got with his now current wife and
Hmm.
basically took on his wife's children like
Hmm.
they were his own in the way of talking about, oh, I watched you graduate from middle school and now high school, and this is what a father-son relationship looks like. Bitch, is you crazy? You got two sons. Oh, you got
No,
what are
like
we?
four kids you not
Oh,
whose lives you're not in.
you're actually sick in the head. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna give him infinite thumbs downs as well.
He needs something a little bit
He
worse,
needs
like
a little
hell.
lashings,
Yeah,
Dante's Inferno. Like, I just
he needs. I don't know what he needs, but it has to be it has to be way worse than thumbs downs.
um
Because
how about
that's
10
just sick.
headshots to the brain? I don't know.
You know,
But even
period.
with that,
And then on
um,
top of that, he was beefing. Just to kind of go back to what you said about you learn more about his son from his brother than from him. Why did he respond to his brother's video talking about I don't know what he's talking about? Like, why are you beefing with people? Like, it seems like he's only responding to things that question his character.
yes.
He's not responding to the actual subject of the matter. He's like, no, you're not about to tarnish my character. I'm gonna respond to that, but I'm not gonna talk about the fact that like my son literally just died.
Yeah.
And
I
also they were talking about like his son's final phone call with him. He was doing his son, yeah, like they were talking about how they were in the hospital and he was dying.
yeah.
Um, and so he was doing a round of like last phone calls to talk to people. And he
Yeah.
called his dad, and his dad immediately is just like asking him to like retract what he said. about him on social media. And like, or I don't know if it was that or like asking him if like we could like, it was basically something that was just like, can we move on from X, Y, and Z immediately?
No.
Yeah.
To the grave, nigga. This going to the grave, bruh.
Yeah. And it's like, damn, like
What?
he literally died without ever reconciling any of these things with his dad. And he tried to, and he genuinely wanted to. His oldest son, Brian McKnight Jr., was talking about how his brother would like, he had to like tell his brother, like, dad's gone. Like, he's gone. Like, the person that we thought he was or wanted him to be or knew
Doesn't
who he was as
exist.
a child when we were kids, it's just he doesn't exist anymore. And I'm like, that has to be very difficult to grieve someone who's still on this earth. And like having to genuinely just like walk away and say like you're just not you're just not who I thought you were. That's sick.
This is sick and sad.
Very much so. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. This was a very
Next.
interesting episode.
Yeah.
I think that
Like,
was the last person on our list.
no, I got a couple more. I got a
Really?
couple more. I got a couple more.
Okay, let's
Um,
let's let's hear them out.
this next these next two, I got four more, but
Damn.
this next one is just nasty.
Hmm.
Not too much to say about it because I didn't find that much about it, but I just it's just nasty from what I did find. Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yes, Lil Bill.
Some have been calling him Spready Gibbs.
Damn.
I think we know why. Do you? No,
I
that's okay
suppose.
because I will tell because it ties into all of this.
Hmm.
Um, Supposedly Freddie
Hmm.
only dates corn stars.
Oh.
Huh. And supposedly with him only dating corn stars, this one star he was interacting with, um, while she was pregnant by him,
Hmm.
made a video of him
Hmm.
spreading his Gibbs.
His butt cheeks.
Yes.
Wow.
And that video
Hmm.
and picture, I remember this from a couple of years ago, was going
Damn.
around on Twitter. And of course, that was revenge porn. I believe she did
Yeah.
this because of the fact that he seems to have this weird little. Okay, I'm no. I don't want to say it. Let me rewind. Not weird.
Is it
Let
a?
me.
Mhm.
It's a kink. He has a
Okay.
kink. I'm not kink shaming, but he has a kink
Hmm.
of impregnating women.
Oh, that's a kind of a. I don't know how I feel about that kink.
Right.
I
And
thought you were gonna
so
say
he
something about his butt. I was gonna be like, oh, are we kink shaming? Like, what's happening?
No, he has a kink of impregnating women.
But this one is scary.
And supposedly when he impregnates these women, he gives them two options of A, I give you the money or whatever to get an abortion, or B, I'll pay child support or whatever, but I'm not gonna be in the kid's life, essentially.
Oh.
So with this particular corn star, who did revenge porn, essentially, I think she did this because of the fact that after he impregnated her, he basically just up and ditched her. And she's had a hard time getting in contact with him and, trying to figure out the whole baby situation with him. But
Oh my
I I
goodness.
I, I guess he was like, you should know who I am in terms of like I don't want to ever like be in a serious relationship. Like he's a non-monogamous type of person. So Yeah, with that, it's not just her though. It's not just this one particular person. There's been other baby mothers that have come out basically saying like, he's not in his kids' lives.
So, yeah, I was
He
gonna
has
ask.
this.
So like, he's just not in any of his children's lives.
What I don't understand, and here's where my lack of research comes into play. What I don't
Mm.
understand is I've seen a freestyle with him with one of his children
Kids.
on
Yeah, I
his
remember
lap.
that.
And then I've seen another video of him with like another baby of his like on his back and
Hmm.
like the baby like spits up on him or whatever.
Hmm.
Um Even with that being said, sure, you bring your child to your little interview here, your little this
Right.
that still doesn't mean like, oh,
It's
you're
giving. I'm
I
here to
just
pick up my son. Hey,
pick up.
son, and then put him
Yeah.
down. Damn.
So yeah, I think he's just a grade A freak. Um that's my opinion on him and that's all I got. I don't know
Yeah,
how many kids he has.
probably a lot.
I think a lot too.
Hmm.
But nasty work. Nasty
Disgusting.
work.
Diabolical, actually.
So yeah.
Boo.
Boo. Nasty.
Tomato.
Um, yeah, also I think he has like sorry, I want to just throw this in here. I think he has like a Asian fetish going
Oh,
on too. Just gonna say that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not
Uh
surprised.
yeah.
He from Indiana.
Yeah. And this next
No shade to
person,
Indiana.
you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Real. This next person is probably top of the top. He's up there in terms of deadbeat fathers is what I've heard and realized.
Mhm.
And the reason why I'm putting him at the top or among the top is because oh my God, how do we bypass this? Sorry, we gonna get into this.
Mhm.
Nick Cannon. I don't know. I think we missed something here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into that though. But
But also, wait,
yeah.
I just remember Cam Newton.
Oh my. Okay, so this is good. All three of these niggas, this
Hmm.
pyramid of niggas is going in the same. They're all the same.
Yeah.
And the person who I'm referring to is Future.
Oh, yeah. How did I miss Future?
Shay, this needs to be fact checked from somebody else because
Hmm.
the research I found
Hmm.
can't come to a conclusion on how many children this nigga has.
Yeah, it's like unknown. I don't even think he
It,
knows.
it's between 8 and 15.
Oh wow.
8 and 15.
My goodness. Mm-mm-mm.
So
What they say, he's just producing broken homes.
these niggas all are.
Hmm.
What is going on?
Yeah. I think it's really something, and look, I don't know, but I feel like it's something mental, like psychological.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
it's definitely giving, like, I feel like there's something about, like, celebrity being famous to an extent, having an expendable amount of resources, and also just having the people being having so many people want to like have your kids and like want you. I feel like it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
It has to
Oh,
be
no,
like,
for sure.
yeah, just like an ego thing. Because I'm just like, no, I'm like, are you actually thinking about the like long-term consequences of this at all?
No,
Do you
they're
like, how
not
do you sleep at night? And I think a lot of it, I mean,
with their
it's
eyes
definitely
closed.
them. Like, it's definitely them. And I also feel like it has to do with the way that I feel like society doesn't really hold men accountable. Because I feel like the fact that
Oh,
they're
no.
able to, like, if this was a woman, like, having a bunch of kids and just, like, giving them up for people was not off of Keisha Kayor's ass when they found out she left her kids in Jamaica
Right.
and then was with Gucci Man and their baby
Mm-hmm.
and like trying to parade around as like this black family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when if a woman did the same thing, she would not the level of success that Drake, Future, fucking Playboy Cardi, all these niggas have, that would not happen. Like that just doesn't. It really is because we just live in a world where men can like produce, can
Procreate.
procreate in these ways, and then also just like create these types of realities for children. And I feel like nobody holds them accountable. People aren't holding them accountable. They're still streaming their music. They're still getting booked. They're still touring. They're still extremely famous because nobody gives a fuck about men being ain't shit. You know what I mean? It's actually a very sick reality.
Billboard did an interview with him back in 2022 or 2023, somewhere
Hmm.
around there. And one of the questions was like, "Oh, where do you see yourself in terms of being like a family person, like in the years coming?" He's like, marriage is something that would be cool. I'm not necessarily chasing after it, but I'm not opposed to the idea of it either because, it's like something in my dreams and XYZ and just like,
Why?
but he said he understands like being married to this one person and being under a roof with that one person and being with those set of children that he's with that one person is gonna make his other baby mothers look at him and be like, what the fuck? So I think he said it feels like other people want him to get married more than he wants to get married right now. It's just he's just not. He said basically he's just not focusing on that. He said like maybe one day he's in his quote unquote business bag doing real estate. He sold his catalog from like 2008 to 2020 for
Wow.
like 75 million.
Interesting.
As the high point.
Hmm.
So he's in this like business mogul era where he's just like, I'm not thinking about these children in terms of like family.
Hmm.
Um, so like, sure, yeah, I guess you're sending money, whatever. I would hope you're at least doing that, but
Hmm.
like at the end of the day, you still have 8 to 15 children and you're
Yeah.
not around them. Like, I
Yeah.
want at the end of this episode, I'm gonna get to that. But so that's
Mm.
why Nick Cannon,
Hmm.
Cam Newton, that era selection of that type of niggas
Yeah.
think because they have income
Hmm.
and they're providing for their children financially that like, oh, they're in their child's life, that
Hmm.
does not
Equate
count,
to,
that does not
yeah.
matter, it doesn't equate at
Mm-mm.
all, and it never will.
Yeah.
It never will.
It makes me wonder if did they grow up with their dad around? Like what was their parental relationships? Because I'm just like, I feel like to have the mindset that like being a father or being a parent is only about showing up financially, it just kind of gives you didn't have a parent around, or maybe that's how your parent contributed to your upbringing, and you're like, well,
Mhm.
I'm fine, like I'm rich, and but it's like, are you
Like
okay?
nigga, literally, are you?
Like I don't think it's normal to be having a kink about like I don't I, not I just don't think it's something there. Like I don't think it's.
I think there's definitely something, especially with Nick Cannon,
Yeah,
because
and
Nick
also
Cannon was
Cam
on a
Newton too.
roll.
I don't know how many
uh
kids Cam Newton has. He has like 10 or 8.
10, like,
Yeah,
oh god.
Cam Newton kids.
And then he got the nerve to be like, I'm providing for them financially, like they all good at it. Like, and just thinking that that's enough. That's enough. He's fully convinced that he's not created
It's
broken
8.
homes.
Yeah, and I remember watching. First of all, why did he have a podcast, and why was he dressed like that? But
Mm,
anyway,
with the big ass hat.
yeah, I remember watching his podcast a while ago when it went viral because he had this like I don't know what to call her, but this person on there, and she was basically telling him, oh, he has 9 kids now,
Ugh, still.
um, but she was basically telling him that he's producing, oh, he just had another baby
Ugh.
with okay. Um, but basically, she was just saying that like you're creating broken homes, and he's like, I am not creating broken homes because
Huh.
all of my kids know me and like know, and I'm like, even the concept of broken homes, I feel like can be critiqued because I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of it comes from this heteronormative idea of what create like having a stable home looks like for a child. When I think in reality, it's not oh a mom and dad, but I think it's like having supportive and consistent guardians in their life throughout their
Physical and mental support,
and emotional. Yeah.
emotional support. Like,
Yeah, so it's like having that sustenance and like having a sustained and stable, I think, upbringing. I feel like is obviously I'm not a child expert, but I feel like is what children need. And so like having a parent that is there maybe financially and there every now and then, but it's not because like you can't emotionally be there for nine children at the same time. Like
it's just
it's
not feasible.
it's hard balancing, I feel like, friendships and relationships and work relationships and business relationships and familiar relationships and romantic relationships. How can you balance having nine children on top of all that? Like there's no way you're emotionally there's no way you're emotionally available to your children. And I feel like people don't take children seriously, like they don't see them as people. And so it's easy for them to like have a baby or a toddler or a young child, and just like pop in and out of their lives thinking that like, okay, when I pop in, I'm just going to pop in with a gift, or I'm going to pop in with a treat, something that'll get them excited in the moment. But what that's doing is make creating actually insecure attachments to that child, because now every time you come around, number one, the child's going to expect you to have something, and number two, like your presence is only going to be associated with what you can provide. So it's like your child doesn't see you as like an actual emotional support system. You're not there when they fall, you're not there when they're happy and like learning something new or learning a new skill. You're not investing in their intellectual, creative, emotional stability in any type of way. You're actually detracting from that, because now the child is having like gonna experience like just like emotional turbulence, because there's this person who's this very important figure that they know is a very important figure in their life, but they don't actually know what you provide for them emotionally, because you don't.
If
And
you
so I
don't.
feel like now these kids are gonna be in fucked up ass cycles. Like it's just like so fucked up, and I know it's all because of slavery. So
And then it ends up being on them to unlearn these certain patterns that they were
truly,
brought up with, and like them going back and forth with themselves on what makes them like
or
it's just
God forbid they have a parent like Brian McKnight talking about like
oh
you're just ungrateful, and I gave you all these things and blah blah blah.
ungrateful. But it's like that's the only thing I know from you. So like what literally do you
But it's
expect? I'm
like
sorry.
I feel like for a person to get to that point, you genuinely just first of all these people I feel like are very disconnected from themselves, because I'm just like you, or maybe they're connected to themselves but not in this, they don't see themselves as parents, like genuinely like seeing themselves as a parent. Like I feel like there's
Mhm.
no way you can have 15 kids scattered around. And I don't think Future or Nick Cannon, or if you ask them to like name their identities, I don't think any of them is gonna list being a father first or second or
Mhm.
third or fourth or
Oh
fifth.
no.
Maybe not
They're
even at
gonna say
all.
music mogul,
Exactly.
icon,
Businessman, real nigga.
legend,
No,
drug
heavy.
dealer. Like
Truly.
I
Yeah, creator, entertainer, artist. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be all the things that they actually value, but not it's not going to be being a parent, and it's very evident in the ways that they're moving. And yeah, that's why
yeah.
they deserve a lot of booze, but
A lot
also
of
a lot of
booze and a lot of thumbs down, a lot of headshots.
truly.
Um, yeah, so that's, my
Mhm.
list, our list of
Yeah,
the deadbeats.
truly.
Um, all you parents out there, whether you're mother or father, think about if you want to be a parent first.
Yeah. Also,
Strap up.
yeah, don't have kids just to have kids. It's not cool.
It's not cool at
Think
all.
about how you feel. Think about you. But you know what? Honestly, don't think about you, because I feel like, I mean, yes, think about yourself,
A
but
lot of parents are selfish, in my
yeah,
opinion.
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like a lot of people are selfish, or it's like very easy to kind of like warp your perspective of your childhood in a way that benefits the maybe your vision for the future.
Yeah.
Like some people would be like, oh, like I grew up without this, so I want
So I'm
to,
a
have a child so that I can give them what I didn't have. And to me, that's selfish. Like I feel like if the
as
reason
fuck.
you're having a child is to create an extension of
fulfill this part of
yourself,
you. Yep.
you need to do some soul searching
You need some help.
because that's just not healthy. It's not healthy for you or for the child at all.
And in fact, it's just reinforcing generational trauma. So
Hell yeah. Well, this is kind of a heavy episode.
it was
Um,
heavy. Mm.
but yeah, I mean, we don't really have an outro yet, so we are just
Well, maybe
vibing.
Remy could be the outro.
Can you hear him? Oh my God.
He's crying.
He's been crying for like 30 minutes, bro. Like,
He's just a baby.
he just won't lay down. Like, you can lay down. I'm not
He's
forcing you to stand up.
anxious. He's anxious. Yeah,
Child.
let's let Remy be the outro. Thank you, Remy. Um, this has been the Taurus review,
This has been the Taurus review, and we've reviewed.
and we reviewed, and we will talk to y'all real soon.
Yeah, peace out.